When he was arrested, he said, "I'm ICE boys." Well, unfortunately for him, we locked him up. We put him in our jail. He got reappropriated to our jail.
Alexander Back, 41, of Robbinsdale, Minnesota. That's who we're going to talk about today. It's very strange to me that all of the talk about the pedophile ring and the Hillary Clinton drinking the blood of babies and all of the just absolute wild, crazy conspiracy theories. When the guilty parties were in the party, the calls coming from inside the House. The guilty party was within the Republican Party the entire time. When you hear about a crime against children, when you hear about sexual trafficking, it's amazing that it invariably ends up being a Republican. And it starts at the top. Here's a headline from the AP that you certainly know about. Jury finds Trump liable for sexual abuse, awards accuser $5 million. He's been adjudicated by a jury of his peers of committing the crime that the Republican Party accuses everyone else of. Not just Donald Trump. Listen, this video could be 3 hours long of me listing just Republicans wrapped up in the molestation and rape of children and crimes against women. I think it could be 3-4 hours long. But we're just going to hand you a few. Donald Trump's faith advisor, Robert Morris, former Texas megachurch pastor and Trump advisor, indicted for child sex crimes. Morris is a former spiritual advisor to President Donald Trump, and Gateway, one of the nation's largest megachurches, has been particularly active in Dallas area GOP politics. Here's another one, more recent. NBC News, pardoned Capitol rioter, I think they mean insurrectionist, pardoned Capitol insurrectionist tried to bribe child sex victim with promise of January 6th payout, officials say. Andrew Paul Johnson, 44, faces multiple charges in Florida, including lewd and lascivious molestation, according to the Hernando County Sheriff's Office. Very strange, because I thought it was really a Democrat problem. I thought it was the Bill Clintons and the Larry Summers and all the other people that Donald Trump likes to try to get us to focus on rather than himself. I've said it before, I'll say it again, it needs to be said. All of those people need to be investigated too. All of them. All of them. If you're named in the Epstein files, here's an investigation. You get an investigation. You get an investigation. You get a conviction. You get to be buried under the jail. I'm fine with it. Every single one of them. Every one of them. But here's the latest in a long line. CBS News, ICE employee among 16 men arrested in Bloomington sex trafficking sting, police say. Again, Alexander Back, 41, of Robbinsdale, Minnesota. Here's just a little bit of a video, and I have a critique of WCCO because they've blurred all the faces, including they cropped the video to where you can't see his face, but it would have been blurred if they did show it. I don't know what they're doing with that. But here is a little information on the case. And then we'll show you the unblurred version from my reporting and from the press conference of the sheriff. Booker Hughes, I think is his name. First, WCCO.
Guns, drugs, and some high-profile arrests in an underage sex sting in Bloomington. Police took more than a dozen men into custody, including one who works for ICE. Jonah Kaplan reports on the latest in a series of stings in Bloomington.
The chief called it Operation Creep, and he was ready for the cameras when giving props to the band Radiohead for the idea.
I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. This is a song these guys were singing. What the hell am I doing here?
The efforts leading to the arrest of 16 men, one of them working as an auditor for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
When he was arrested, he said, "I'm ICE boys." Well, unfortunately for him, we locked him up. We put him in our jail. He got reappropriated to our jail.
Another, a staffer at the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency.
Maybe he'd go to work and figure out how to get that pollution out of his mind, come in here and try to mess with a 17-year-old girl.
Soliciting sex with a minor wasn't the only alleged crime either. Police sharing this drone video of a suspect arriving at a hotel. Inside that bag was coke, meth, and 8 firearms. Another suspect told the decoy he was showing up with a gun, the chief sharing this video of the officers tackling him to the floor. The operation, reminiscent of a similar sting several months ago that led to the arrest of ex-state Senator Justin Eichhorn, who's currently facing federal solicitation charges. The chief promising more crackdowns in the future, but the work is getting more difficult.
Interesting that ICE, who is ostensibly there, I mean, it's the message, it's the propaganda being released by the administration that ICE is here to protect children, to keep Americans safe. And yet here's one of their own, allegedly, it's alleged, he's innocent until proven guilty. He has the same rights and the law has the same obligations as any other criminal defendant in any other case. So he's innocent until proven guilty, but he most certainly was arrested. In fact, watch this from the sheriff there, the chief of police, Booker Hughes in Bloomington. And listen to what he has to say, that when they arrested him, when he was arrested, he says, "I'm ICE, boys," as though that's going to be his get out of jail free card.
Next, this one shames. This is a tragedy in many respects, but people at the Department of Homeland Security, I know there are great people there that come to work every single day and do their jobs and do it admirably. Unfortunately, Mr. recently married back here is not one of those people. He works for ICE, and he is an auditor for them, a civilian employee. When he was arrested, he said, "I'm ICE, boys." Well, unfortunately for him, we locked him up, we put him in our jail. He got reappropriated to our jail, and my understanding is he helped send people to send federal authorities. I think he's going to see some federal authorities because I think the feds are going to take this case. So I'm going to close on this, and I'll take questions.
Do not let this case go federal. Please, for the love of all that justice portends to provide, do not let this go into a jurisdiction in which Donald Trump could provide another pardon to these ghouls, to these criminals, to these vile, disgusting predators of children. Because if you think Donald Trump wouldn't do it, look back at his past. Look at the people he's pardoned and the crimes for which they've been set free. Records erased in many cases. Because a presidential pardon does just that. It erases the conviction. It's not clemency. It's not graciousness and mercy. It's a complete erasure that there was even a conviction. This needs to stay in state court. This federal employee, this protector of children, is out there doing the same thing that Robert Morris did. Allegedly. Doing the same thing that this Andrew Paul Johnson allegedly did. Robert Morris, he's been adjudicated. The mega pastor, the Trump spiritual advisor. It's been adjudicated. Donald Trump, jury finds Trump liable for sexual abuse. It's been adjudicated. We don't have to say allegedly. Anyway, I would love your feedback on this. I would love your opinion on this. This is why, going forward, resistance and organization and getting involved in campaigns going into the midterms are so important. We need to flip the script here, get Democrats back in control so actual governance can take place. Actual investigations can take place without fear of them being stymied. Now, look, from a federal level, until the Republican Party is gone, we're going to be in this boat. But we need as many decent and good people in government as we can to delay the damage being done and maybe stop it altogether. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. I invite you to this conversation. Let's have it in the comments below the video, wherever you're watching it. And you can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I'm going to go, but before I do, please consider two things. One, subscribe on YouTube and go like and follow the Facebook page Dollemore Daily. Those things are free, and they really do help a great deal in supporting independent media and expanding the reach, because we're all ruled by these stupid algorithms that nobody really understands exactly how they work. Those are metrics that really do help subscribers, likes, engagement on videos, sharing, all that stuff. Comments, it goes a long way. If you want to take your support to the next level, for $2 a month, you can help me spread the word, spread the news, produce these videos. You can click the join button below this video on YouTube to become a channel member, and also, even better, go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I'm going to go. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another.